Glasgow is a city defined by its industrial past, but for over 200 years it has held a green secret. The Glasgow Botanic Gardens isn't just a park, it is a global stronghold for the family Begoniaceae. Established in 1817, this institution has transitioned from a colonial medicinal garden to a world leader in ex situ conservation. Today, it houses the National Plant Collection, a living, breathing archive of over 400 species that represents one of the most significant botanical legacies in the United Kingdom. To understand the begonia, one must appreciate a masterclass in variation. As one of the largest genera of flowering plants, with over 2,000 species and counting, they are a taxonomic frontier. Evolutionarily, they are specialists of the understory. Their signature asymmetric leaf base, often called mops and brooms, is a sophisticated adaptation to maximize light interception in the competitive gloom of the rainforest floor. From the tiny, moss-like epiphytes to the cane-like giants reaching 2 meters, their morphological diversity is a direct response to millions of years of niche specialization. Ecologically, begonias are pantropical. They are often limestone specialists or lithophytes, clinging to damp rock faces near waterfalls or deep within limestone caves. This specific habitat requirement makes them incredibly vulnerable. The Glasgow collection serves as a genetic backup for hotspots in Brazil, the Andes, and the Malay archipelago. Here, species that are critically endangered or even extinct in the wild, victims of rapid habitat loss, continue to thrive under the expert care of the garden's curators. The human relationship with the begonia goes far beyond the Victorian parlor. In their native ranges, they are ethnobotanically significant. Some species are used as potherbs, their acidic stems providing a citrus-like flavor, while others are staples in traditional medicine for their anti-inflammatory properties. In the West, they sparked a horticultural revolution, leading to thousands of hybrids. But here in Glasgow, the focus remains on the pure species, the raw blueprints of nature that hold the keys to understanding the family's complex phylogeny. As we explore the national collection, we aren't just looking at beautiful plants, we are looking at a survival strategy. At Orchid Botanics, we believe these collections are the crown jewels of British horticulture. Join us as we go behind the glass to ensure these tropical legacies are documented, understood, and never forgotten. We begin with the Brazilian Begonia acetosa. Known for its bold, cupped foliage, the contrast between its matte green surface and its vivid red abaxial side is a classic adaptation for light absorption in the deep shade. In Glasgow, this species has been a cornerstone of the Rhizomatous collection for decades, prized for its robust nature and the fine, white stellate hairs that give the leaves their unique felt-like texture. Next is Begonia acutifolia, a species with deep historical roots. Originally from Jamaica, this was one of the first begonias ever described by Western botany in the late 17th century. It has been maintained at Glasgow as a vital example of the shrub-like group. Its pointed, glossy leaves and persistent flowering habit make it an essential reference plant for understanding the early Caribbean distributions of the genus. Representing the Brazilian rainforests, Begonia angulata showcases a completely different architecture. Its stems are distinctly swollen at the nodes, supporting elongated leaves with a ruffled, almost angled margin. This species has been curated within the National Collection as a study in stem morphology. It demonstrates the diversity of the Pritzellea section, thriving in the high-humidity environments Glasgow's curators have perfected over the last century. A rarer gem in the collection is Begonia bissei, a Cuban endemic. Its presence in Glasgow is a testament to the garden's role in international conservation and the sharing of Caribbean flora. Named in honor of the botanist Johannes Bissei, this species is a specialist of limestone outcrops. Keeping this plant in cultivation is critical, as its restricted wild range makes it highly vulnerable to habitat shifts in the Greater Antilles. Begonia bauerei. Native to Mexico, this rhizomatous species has been a staple in Glasgow since the mid-20th century. It is the genetic parent of countless modern hybrids, but here we see the pure species. Its name honors botanist Constance Bauer, and its defining feature, the dark, stitched, leaf margins fringed with stiff hairs, remains one of the most recognizable adaptations in the botanical world. Moving to the cloud forests of Mexico and Central America, we find Begonia carolinifolia. This is a distinctively pachycal species, meaning it develops a thick, succulent stem. In Glasgow, specimens have been curated to showcase this tree-like habit. Its large palmate leaves can reach impressive sizes, making it a cornerstone for those studying the structural evolution of the genus beyond the typical forest floor herb. From the limestone regions of Luzon in the Philippines comes Begonia chlorinura. This species is a master of visual contrast. With its subtrait-electric, green venation, it has been a vital part of the Glasgow collection's Southeast Asian focus. As a species often found in humid, shaded rocky outcrops, it demonstrates the specialized niche adaptation known as velvet foliage, which helps the plant capture limited light in the deep jungle understory. Commonly known as the shell-leaf begonia, Begonia conchifolia is a native of Central America. It has been a staple in British botanical circles since the mid-19th century. Its leaves are peltate. The petiole attaches to the center of the leaf blade rather than the edge. This symmetrical, cupped shape is highly efficient for watershedding in high rainfall environments, a characteristic the Glasgow team maintains in their high-humidity tropical zones. Defying the typical clump growth habit, the Brazilian Begonia convolvulacea is a vigorous climber. In the wild, it uses its adventitious roots to scale trees. In Glasgow, it is often displayed to show its scrambling nature. It was described in the early 1800s and has remained a favorite in serious collections for its glossy, ivy-like appearance and its sprays of white flowers that appear in late winter. Begonia dicroa. Notable for being one of the few begonias with truly orange flowers, it has been a critical species for hybridizers since its discovery. In the Glasgow collection, it is prized for its low-growing, almost pendulous habit. Its lance-shaped leaves are often spotted with silver, making it as much a foliage treasure as it is a floral one. We move to Brazil with Begonia echinocephala. Its specific epithet, echinocephala, refers to the urchin-like or prickly hairs found on its sepals, a fascinating deterrent against specialized pests. This shrub-like species has been a part of the Glasgow collection for decades. Valued for its elegant, arching habit, and its persistent flowering, it serves as a perfect example of how microscopic botanical details can define a species' survival strategy. Hailing from the Gogoberg region of Sumatra, Begonia gogoensis is often called the Fire King begonia. It was introduced to Western horticulture in the late 1800s and remains a highlight of the Glasgow collection. Its circular shield-like leaves feature a puckered, bullate surface. This texture increases the leaf's surface area, allowing it to capture the faintest glimmer of light on the dark, humid floor of the Indonesian rainforest. From the Himalayas comes Begonia hatakoa. This rhizomatous species has been a staple in serious UK collections due to its relative cold tolerance compared to its lowland cousins. Glasgow specimens highlight the incredible variation within the species, from plain green to beautifully variegated silver forms. It represents the mountain-dwelling begonias, often found clinging to mossy rocks in the misty ravines of India and Nepal, Begonia hernandioides. This species is a classic example of botanical mimicry, with leaves so similar to the hernandia tree that it bears its name. It has been curated at Glasgow as part of their extensive Philippine archipelago archive. Its thick succulent leaves and distinctive peltate structure make it a specialist of limestone habitats, where it must balance high humidity with rapid drainage. Commonly known as the pennywort-leaved begonia, this Mexican species has been a botanical favorite since its first description in the 1840s. Its compact, succulent leaves and pink flowers make it a perfect example of a rhizomatous geophyte. In Glasgow, it represents the genus's ability to store moisture in thick, waxy foliage, allowing it to survive in seasonally drier tropical biomes. True to its name, Begonia imperialis from Mexico is royalty in the world of foliage. It has been cultivated in British glasshouses since the mid-19th century. Its distinctive finely haired surface creates a shimmering effect that is actually a sophisticated light trap. In Glasgow, this species is used to discuss the RHS Award of Garden Merit and the importance of preserving original wild-type genetics over modern cultivars. Breaking the mold of the asymmetric leaf, the Brazilian Begonia intergerima is a vigorous tropical climber. Its name, intergerima, refers to the smooth, entire margins of its foliage. Glasgow curators have maintained this species to demonstrate the genus's climbing architecture, showing how it uses adventitious roots to colonize vertical spaces in the wet tropical forests of southeast Brazil. Begonia juliana is a testament to the ongoing taxonomic work at Glasgow. Part of the garden's effort to modernize the national collection records, this species highlights the nuances of rhizomatous classification. Its delicate structure and specific humidity requirements make it a curator's plant, often requiring the precise microclimates provided by Glasgow's specialized propagation ranges. A rare West African gem, Begonia comoensis, is a specialized epiphyte from Gabon. Unlike its terrestrial cousins, it has evolved to thrive in the canopy. It was first described in 1921, and its presence in the Glasgow collection today is a vital link to the flora of the Guineo-Congolian rainforest. Its small, fleshy leaves are a masterclass in water conservation for life above the ground. Named after the famed botanist John Lindley, Begonia lindleyana is a historical heavyweight. This Central American species has been a part of the UK's botanical record for over 150 years. In Glasgow, it represents the sturdy begonias with thick petioles and a robust habit that made it a favourite for Victorian collectors seeking to fill their high-roofed conservatories with tropical drama. The Brazilian Begonia listada is perhaps the most iconic species for collectors. Described in the 1970s, it is a relatively recent addition to botanical history, but has been a star at Glasgow for decades. Its compact, shrub-like habit and striking, interference, stripe, a feature that helps the plant capture light on the dark forest floor, make it an essential study in botanical physics. Sometimes found under the name Begonia sizemoriae, Begonia longiciliata is famous for its long, dramatic white hairs. Found across Vietnam and China, it is a rhizomatous geophyte. Glasgow's specimens showcase the ciliate margins that act as a sensory or defensive tool. This species is a highlight for visitors, bridging the gap between scientific curiosity and sheer aesthetic wonder. From the heart of tropical Africa, Begonia longipetiolata is a specialist in reaching for the light. As its name suggests, it produces unusually long leaf stalks, allowing it to push its foliage through competing vegetation. In the Glasgow glasshouses, it is curated to show its unique, creeping epiphytic habit, often trailing across bark or mossy surfaces, just as it would in its native Nigeria or Gabon. The name Lauranthoides literally means mistletoe-like, and this West African epiphyte lives up to it. It is one of the most structurally unique species in the collection, often growing without soil. Glasgow's preservation of this species is critical. It represents a highly specialized evolutionary branch that is rarely seen in private collections due to its exacting environmental needs. Begonia macduffiana, a species that honors the Scottish connection to plant exploration. A vigorous, upright begonia with large, glossy foliage, it has been a staple in Glasgow's displays for years. It serves as a reminder that these collections are not just about individual plants, but about the long line of Scottish botanists and curators who have brought the tropics to the Clyde. Hailing from Mexico and Central America, Begonia manicata is easily identified by the manica, a distinct collar of red, scale-like hairs at the leaf's apex. This species has been a part of the Glasgow collection for over a century. Its robust, rhizomatous habit and delicate winter blooms make it a historical favorite, representing the shaggy aesthetic that Victorian collectors found so captivating. Named after Spanish botanist Manuel Maza, Begonia mazae is a Mexican treasure. It was introduced to the UK in the mid-20th century, and has flourished in Glasgow's humid ranges. The species is prized for its ease, satiny, leaf texture and its ability to thrive in lower light, demonstrating the extreme shade tolerance that many rhizomatous species have evolved to survive the jungle floor. A rare high-altitude specialist from Mount Cameroon, Begonia oxyanthera, is an extraordinary African epiphyte. Its presence in Glasgow is a significant conservation success. Because it thrives in the cool, misty, Afromontane zones, it requires precise temperature controls. A challenge the Glasgow curators have mastered to ensure this delicate climate remains a living part of the national collection. The Brazilian Begonia oxyphila is a study in sleekness. Its name, meaning sharp leaf, refers to the elongated, pointed foliage that helps shed water efficiently in high rainfall environments. Cultivated in Glasgow for decades, it represents the shrub-like group, offering a structural elegance that contrasts with the more decorative, patterned species of the genus. Named after the Pernambuco region of Brazil, this species is a robust, thick-stemmed begonia. Its large, lush leaves and densely packed white flowers make it a standout in the tropical house. In Glasgow, it is used to illustrate packocall tendencies, where the plant stores nutrients in thickened stems to bridge the gap between rainy seasons in the Atlantic forest. From the rocky slopes of the Himalayas, Begonia picta, the painted begonia, is a diminutive marvel. Unlike many tropical species, it is a deciduous geophyte, retreating to a dormant tuber during the cold mountain winters. It has been documented in British botany since the early 1800s, and Glasgow's specimens highlight the delicate, shimmering hairs that protect the plant from high-altitude UV intensity. A true miniature from West Africa, Begonia prismaticarpa is unique for its vibrant yellow blooms, a rarity in a genus dominated by pinks and whites. This tiny epiphyte has been a staple in Glasgow's microclimate displays. Its name refers to the triangular prism-like shape of its seed capsules, a key taxonomic identifier for this charming creeping species. Native to Central America, Begonia plebeia may have a name that implies it is common, but its structural importance is immense. It is a highly variable species that has been used in Glasgow to study the natural diversity within a single wild population. Its thick, creeping rhizomes and large deciduous leaves make it an expert at surviving the seasonal, dry tropical forests of Nicaragua and Panama. We are looking at Begonia polygonoides, a specialized epiphyte from tropical Africa. With its slender, trailing stems and narrow foliage, it looks more like a vine than a traditional begonia. Glasgow maintains this species in hanging displays to mimic its natural growth on mossy tree branches. It represents the fine-textured end of the begonia spectrum, proving that this genus never tires of reinventing its form. Hailing from Central America, Begonia popinoi is often called the elephant ear of the genus. Its sheer leaf surface area is a marvel of tropical engineering. In Glasgow, it is a flagship for the thick-stemmed group. First described in the 1930s, it demonstrates the genus's ability to dominate the forest floor, with vigorous, upright growth and massive photosynthetic panels. The Brazilian Begonia pseudolubicea is a sophisticated shrub-like species. It was introduced to the UK as a potential parent for horticultural hybrids, due to its elegant, upright architecture and silver-flecked foliage. Glasgow curators maintain this species as a vital genetic reference, showing how wild-type Brazilian species evolved to balance aesthetic, spotting, likely a form of camouflage, with high-efficiency growth. As its name suggests, Begonia reniformis from Brazil is defined by its kidney-shaped foliage. This species can grow into a substantial shrub, reaching over 2 meters in the Glasgow glasshouses. It has been a part of British botanical history since the early 1800s, prized for its white, fragrant flowers, and its ability to represent the giant end of the begonia spectrum. A true collector's prize, Begonia rockii, comes from the high-altitude forests of Southeast Asia. Named after the famous explorer Joseph Rock, this species is a specialist in humidity. Its presence in the National Collection is a testament to Glasgow's role in preserving rare Asian endemics. Its velvet-textured, intricately patterned leaves are a direct adaptation to capturing light in the misty cloud forest understory. The name Sericanura means silky-veined, referring to the fine, soft hairs that trace the skeletal structure of its leaves. Native to Central America, it is a robust rhizomatous species. In Glasgow, it is often used to discuss the taxonomy of the Gyroidia section. It is a plant of substance, with thick, waxy leaves designed to withstand the fluctuating humidity of its native jungle habitats. One of the few truly fragrant begonias, the Brazilian Begonia solananthera, is an epiphytic trailer's dream. It has been a jewel of the Glasgow collection for decades. Its star-shaped flowers with distinct red centers emit a scent reminiscent of citrus, an evolutionary trait designed to attract specific pollinators in the Brazilian canopy, where visual cues might be lost in the green wall of the forest. The name solimutata literally means change in the sun. This fascinating Brazilian species can actually alter its leaf color based on light intensity, a rare physiological trait. Its pebbled, dark green surface can shift toward a brighter lime green as light levels change. Glasgow's curators prioritize this species for its unique biological machinery, making it a favorite for serious students of botany. A robust species from tropical Africa, Begonia subscutata, is a shrub-like survivor. Its leaves are thick and almost leathery, suggesting an adaptation to environments where water isn't always constant. In Glasgow, it represents the diversity of the African continent's begonias, moving away from the delicate, moisture-hungry Asian species toward a more resilient, woody architecture. Often confused with B. carolinifolia, Begonia thiami, formerly B. mcdougalli, is a giant from the Mexican rainforests. Its palmate leaves can span nearly a meter across on mature specimens. In the Glasgow collection, these are the Okamosa architects of the display, providing a canopy for smaller species and illustrating the massive scale the genus can achieve when given the space and humidity of a professional glasshouse. Perhaps the most un-begonia-like species is Begonia venosa from Brazil. With its thick, succulent, cup-shaped leaves covered in white felt, it looks built for a desert. It was discovered in the late 19th century, and is a highlight of the Glasgow collection for its prominent, papery stipules. It is a masterclass in Dracula xerophyticanae adaptation, showing how the genus can survive in dry, coastal conditions. We conclude our species deep dive with Begonia venusta, a name that literally means charming or lovely. Native to the mountains of Sumatra, it is famous for having some of the largest and most beautiful flowers in the genus. Its presence in Glasgow ensures that this rare Indonesian beauty is preserved and documented, serving as a fitting finale to a collection that spans the globe and 2 centuries of history.
Thank you.